excellent performance.
Hello there. So what you just saw is the functionality of this little program that I wrote that basically grabs the value from Rocksmith's tone change value and sends it via MIDI to any software you like. So the basic setup that I have here is an audio channel with armed recording and monitoring, and I have an audio effect track with 4 instances of AmpliTube, each with a different preset. Then what you want to do is have them on 0, 1, 2, and 3 as the zones. Then the next thing you want to do is to make sure that you have a virtual MIDI driver loaded and you have it selected here to send the data in here. Then select the MIDI message type. In this case, I'm using Control Change in Ableton in order to switch through these values and the presets, basically. Now, before launching the game, you can map your MIDI from the program to Ableton. So you are going to select the zone and simply move the slider so we can now see that CC1 is mapped to chain selector. Disable the mapping, and now you can test it with the slider. So now that we got this working, next thing you want to do is to launch Rocksmith. Go to Options, Mixer, and set Player 1 guitar volume to 0, since we already processed the sound in Ableton Live, and we have a nicely sounding AmpliTube. So what you'll need to have installed in advance is, for example, Loop MIDI or any other virtual MIDI driver that you want, but I'm using this one. You'll also want to have RS mods with RS ASIO. And my basic setup is that I have a Tascam US 144 audio interface running via USB. I'm taking the sound in here via voice meter, I think it's pronounced, or voice meter, I don't know. Anyway, it's an amazing piece of software. You can run it on donationware mode, where it will ask for a donation for some time, but I definitely recommend you donate and have it because it's extremely useful in many cases. And what I have here on stereo input, I have the physical inputs from my Tascam. So that corresponds to this. I have for both of the inputs channel 1 because I only need one channel, which is actually the second on my physical input. And for output, the virtual ASIO, buffer size is set by the driver. Anyway, you need to play with this and mandatory use ASIO. And what voice meter will allow you to do is have your sound both in Ableton Live and in Rocksmith via ASIO, a low latency protocol used professionally in the music industry. Ableton will be able to process the sound with whatever plugins you want. You can add many other plugins in here, depending on how powerful your computer is. I think that's the only limit. So this is one version of the setup. Another version of the setup is using directly AmpliTube, or I think any other guitar effects processing software, hopefully, without Ableton Live, that uses MIDI Program Change. So what you'll want to do is go to File, Settings, and select Loop MIDI port again, but this time select the message type as Program Change instead of Control Change. You want to save the configuration and restart the app. What you can also do is you'll see that you'll have an RSTone2MIDI config.txt. You can open it with Notepad, and instead of program, you'll see control. You can simply change it from here, program, change, save it, and then just launch the app, whichever you prefer. So now we can test the program sending MIDI program changes instead of control changes, which controls AmpliTube, for example. And I already have set up in here control program change and the presets that I want to use. And you can see the same things happening. So this is a demo of my basic setup that I have. You can find on YouTube lots of tutorials regarding Voicemeeter, and on the internet lots of information. This is not the purpose of this introduction video on how to use. Also to RS mods, to RS ASIO, you can find lots of information on the internet. I want to say thank you very much to all the people that made all these things that you see I'm using in here, from Voicemeeter, RS mods, RS ASIO, and in general for all the people who help developing Rocksmith on what I think should have been possible from the very beginning. But that's just my 2 cents. I really hope you like the program and the concept of it and what it allows you to do. I know it is buggy here and there. I'm really sorry for that, but I'm not a professional programmer. I'm just a guitar playing enthusiast and programming enthusiast. If you encounter any issues, I hope I can help you solve them, because as I was saying, I'm not a professional. I just did this for myself. And then I think, yeah, why not share it with the world, just like others did with the other amazing tools?